have been with us since the opening, or you are joining us today, welcome. As the Congress continues, our shared investigation unfolds through 6 complementary thematic lines: more than human, circular, embodied, interdependent, hyper-conscious, and attuned. Together, and through the lens of shared perspectives of becoming, and the potential of activating time in architecture, these 6 lines invite us to understand architecture not as a finished object, but as a continuous process of open-ended transformation that reshapes our relationships with living systems, materials, technologies, societies, and cultures. Yesterday, More Than Human invited us to rethink our place within multi-species ecologies, while Circular explored how architecture can work through regeneration, reuse, and low-carbon material cycles. Today, the conversation moves forward with 2 new perspectives. This morning, Becoming Embodied investigates how architecture is formed to values through matter, construction, and technology. This afternoon, Becoming Interdependent will explore architecture as a practice of care, cooperation, and collective agency. Across 8 parallel stages, today's lectures, debates, and conversations will continue expanding these questions.
To start with, we owe a lot to the wonderful group of organizers who has put together this incredible amount of excited people and arranged all this Congress. So let's start with a big roaring applause for the organizers. Yesterday's session was organized as a boxing fight, if we remember well. Today we will try to be more peaceful. And we thought, why don't we do a quiz, a TV quiz, because we all are not sure what becoming embodied means. There will be no winner, only winners. So this is the idea of today. And we will start with asking all the members of this group to tell us what they have been doing last week in relation to becoming embodied.
Right. So the way we have structured it is that each one of you will show your videos or talk a little bit about what you have done, especially if you haven't visited the 3 chimneys, please do go and visit. It's a beautiful exhibition, an installation that everybody has worked so hard to put up. So here we have the architects or the architecture officers who has done some of those, and it would be wonderful to hear from you in short what you've done. And then in the second phase, we'll talk a little bit about trying to find out what becoming embodied really means. So, who wants to go first?
I think 10 was the one starting. So, technicians, please play the first video.
I don't see the screen. Is it playing? Is it? Oh, I only see the time view. That makes it a bit difficult. Okay. I have to catch up. Anyways, we did a workshop with 15 students from all over the world, and the topic was sand. We used basically the material we found on the beach, and it was quite important to us to have a material that has such a depth. Sand is shaped through time. It's if you start with the smallest particles, they each tell a story, and we asked students to bring samples from where they come from. We got a microscope, magnifying 300 times. We looked at it, and we started discussing. Obviously, there is also the history of the beaches of Barcelona. Barcelona has been a city where the beachfront was in a way neglected, or it was used for industrial uses. This is also what the 3 chimneys is really about, and only during the construction of the Olympics infrastructure, the beaches became this sort of public space that we know today. At the same time, we have a lot of currents, we have rising sea level storms, and the beaches are being depleted. Around half of the sand is already.
How did it and what came out of that workshop? The floor is yours.
Technicians, please play the next video.
1, 2, 3, more many tables. Figuras, muitas figuras, figuras 1000, outras tantas, 500, milhares, 1000, outras coisas, no meio de tanto que pensei em fazer. Those drawings eventually made as a catharsis, as a therapy, as a way of thinking. They sometimes make it to buildings, to build elements that appear here and there, that generate new choreographies, new ways of being, and mostly they interact.
By embodiment. Nuno, would you start? And of course, you can all contradict or ask if you don't agree.
Well, it's very difficult to start such a question, but in my very modest opinion, it has to do with doing what one does on a regular basis and as a pursuit, as a means to achieve, let's say, it's not a fullness, but in a way that one is searching for something and feeling like what you're doing, being it drawing, building, or making a model, or writing something, or mostly also drawing things that are abstract and not so objective. They kind of go within this circle that one is always designing the same square, but not always the same square. So it's always a different square but being the same square. So for me, that's what I feel like.
Is the drawing kind of the spontaneous idea and the embodiment comes after, or is the embodiment already happening in